Every October, the Michigan History Center hosts an Archaeology Day event to showcase Michigan archaeology to the public. For the past 4 years, I've demonstrated flintknapping for this event and was super excited to be demonstrating this again this year. Let's go through my event experience. Before the doors can open to the public, we have to set up my display. This event has us set within the museum's Woodland Gallery, with a space for me to flintknap, chairs for the public to sit and watch, and 2 tables to display props on. Over the past year, I've been working on various elements to improve my display to better showcase how stone tools were made and functioned in the past. This includes projects like my pump drill and an atlatl I've been working on, but also more. My friend Josh 3D printed labels for archaeological time periods, which I used to create a timeline of point styles throughout prehistory. Since the goal of this event is to educate about Michigan archaeology, these points I've laid out are made from Michigan cherts or from out-of-state materials which were used by indigenous peoples in prehistory in the state of Michigan. Speaking of Michigan cherts, I also created informational displays, one mapping Michigan chert types and the other discussing what stone tools can tell us about Michigan archaeology. The display is tied together by a newly designed banner, business cards, stickers, and Pathways of the Past shirts, thanks to my spouse Basil, who is also here to help talk to the public about the display. All set up, we now await the public. With the remaining allotted setup time, I finish and novaculate preform into a large Osceola point, a Middle and Late Archaic point style from around the Great Lakes region. This is a thin biface which I've had around for a long while and use as a knife for several projects. However, as people start to attend the event, I switch snapping materials used by the prehistoric peoples of Michigan. Attendees start checking out my display, but also the numerous other Archaeology Day displays. These include university anthropology programs, local indigenous nations and historic preservation offices, cultural resource management firms, other demonstrations, and more. For the next point I made, I selected a blocky piece of Norwood chert, which occurs near the lakeshore of the northwest portion of Michigan's Lower Peninsula. I strike off flakes until I manage to remove one, which crosses most of the face, a perfect blank for an arrow point. This gray tone material is highly banded and pleasing to the eye. Using mostly pressure flaking, I flintknap this into a triangular arrow point, which is one of the most common styles used during the late woodland and late prehistoric periods. The turnout by the public was fantastic, and in the several years of me doing this event, definitely the largest head count. Being able to show flintknapping to the public and educate them about how stone tools were used in the past, I feel is super important for archaeological outreach. People of all ages and genders interacted with me, and all got to learn about the ancient art of flintknapping. The hands-on display elements are always popular with families, and I feel the hafted tools always go a long way for helping people visualize how these tools were actually used in the past. Other points I made included a table rock point from Wyandotte chert, a material also called Indiana hornstone, and another triangular arrow point made from a lighter colored piece of Norwood chert. After a long, tiring, but very rewarding day, the event is closed and another successful Michigan Archaeology Day came to a close. I'd like to thank my friend Monty Lawton for sponsoring us and getting Pathways of the Past involved with Michigan Archaeology Day to begin with. A special thank you goes to Stacy Chorzinski of the Michigan DNR for organizing the whole event. Many thanks to my wife Basil, who helped with many elements of the displays and helped interact with the public and interpret stone tools, and our friends Kate and Marissa, who helped set up and tear down the display. We hope to see you all at Michigan Archaeology Day next year in 2026.